Alright, let's do this. Hello viewers, another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work, health and strength is good or excellent. Good. Alright, look. I told you guys from day one that the Nintendo Switch should have never been built. And I stood by it. Never backed down from that statement one bit. And the reason I said that is because when it came to the Wii U, Nintendo had the Nintendo fan base needs met with the Wii U, and the Wii U had every angle, every direction, every base covered in video games. One of the biggest problems with the Wii U was the 3DS. Nintendo created a cartridge versus CD problem with the Wii U and the 3DS, and they put it out there saying that it was sales why the Wii U failed. But anybody that uses common sense, that really studies video games, knows that it wasn't sales why the Wii U failed. The biggest problem with the Wii U was the 3DS. The 3DS was in the Wii U's way. Not only that, the 3DS was on the same network as the Wii U. And then on top of that too, the 3DS games was in the same eShop. On the Wii U's network, so every time you went inside the Wii U's eShop, you would see the 3DS games. So common sense should have told people, like, look, why is it that you have the 3DS games in the Wii U eShop and I can't play the 3DS games on the Wii U? That should have been the first question mark that went off in people's head, but nobody paid attention to it. So that was the problem that was holding the Wii U up. Most people that bought everybody that bought the 3DS, everyone that wasted their money on the 3DS, didn't even know that the Wii U can do everything that the 3DS can do. And the reason I said that is because each piece of the Wii U, each piece that makes up the Wii U, is detachable. The handheld is detachable. The docking station, detachable. The console itself is detachable. Then you had the motion controller. Then you had the Wii U's Pro controller. Plus you had the hard drive that you could put up to like about, what, 35 gigs in storage. And then you have your 25 gig CD that you can put 100 gigs in storage in. So the Wii U had the entire Nintendo fan base needs met. So most people didn't see this. The only thing they know is sales. That's all they know. Sales. They never really studied the Wii U to see what they had in front of them. So with the Wii U now, the biggest problem with the Wii U was the 3DS. So the other problem to the Wii U now, you had the Wii U, you had the 3DS, and you had the Virtual Console. The Virtual Console is like your bookstore, your library, your archive, your bunker, your cave, your museum for your video games, right? So the Virtual Console was designed so we're like, okay, you take every Nintendo game that you made, from handhelds to console, you put them in the Virtual Console so you can play them on the Wii U. And Nintendo refused to do it. So they put it out there and telling people like, oh, you know, it was sales why the Wii U failed. That's their story, right? So anyway, another thing with the Wii U too, the signal strength on the Wii U between the tablet and the console and the docking station needs to be fixed. So if you take the tablet on the go with you, you can do gaming on the go and you can do streaming and remote play. That was the other option that needed to be fixed. Then you had the Miiverse, where everybody was taking picture shots of games and posting it, and then you could draw the characters, but the drawing feature of the Miiverse was missing a coloring option, and you were missing emojis on it. Nintendo refused to do it. Anyway, so with the Wii U, the entire Nintendo fan base needs is met. Now, when people were reviewing the Wii U, they were saying the tablet, it was too big, it was bulky. Those were their statement. It was big and it was bulky, right? Alright. So Nintendo now went and built the Switch. And what I did, I said to myself, I passed on it. I told myself I'm not touching it, because I said the Switch should have never been built, because all Nintendo had to do was just move the 3DS out the way, refresh the Wii U, focus on the Wii U, and focus on the Virtual Console. The biggest problem, the difference between the Wii U and the Switch, with the Wii U, the 3DS was in the Wii U's way, so it was creating a problem. And everyone that covered video games never mentioned this, except me, right? The difference with the Switch now, it's one format. You just got the Switch and the Switch eShop to deal with. With the Wii U, you had the Wii U, the 3DS, and the Virtual Console. So to solve that problem is move the 3DS out the way and then focus on the Wii U and focus on the Virtual Console. That's the difference. So when the Switch came out, I passed on it. I never laid a finger or hands on it. I never touched it. And I said these statements. The Nintendo Switch should have never been built. And I'm sure plenty of people on YouTube laughed at me like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He's black. He's ugly. He's not fun to look at. Whatever the case may be. And I stood my ground. Never backed off that statement one bit. Now, Nintendo now decide to, before that, with the Switch has nothing but Wii U ports. A majority of the Wii U games, you can find them on the Switch. And I said again, the Nintendo Switch should have never been built. So now, Nintendo now builds the Switch 2. So they went from a 7-inch screen to an 8.4-inch screen. And by the way, the One X player on PC already has a 8.4-inch screen and the controllers are detachable. Anyway, so they built the Switch, right? Built the Switch 2. They revealed it a couple days ago. So when I saw the trailer, looked at it from top to bottom, didn't say anything. So I wasn't impressed by it because the One X player had an 8.4-inch screen. But then they say the Switch is backwards compatible with the original Switch games. Okay, all right. So now the Switch 2 now is part of the Nintendo's backwards compatibility club, meaning you have the Wii, which is backwards compatible with GameCube, the Wii U that's backwards compatible with Wii, and then the Switch is backwards compatible with Switch 2 is backwards compatible with Switch. So a couple of days ago, I was scrolling to a YouTube, and then someone said the Switch has 2 USB ports, and now that caught my attention. So, and now I'm seeing what they're trying to do. So, if the Switch, it has an 8.4-inch screen, the controllers are detachable. If the Switch has 2 USB ports on it, it means this. Nintendo is trying to emulate the Wii U. They're trying to bring the Wii U back in Switch form. Meaning that they want to have that dual screen feature with the Switch. So in order to do that, you need one USB cable, that USB-C to HDMI to your TV. But then you have another USB port so you could connect the power adapter to the Switch so it can continues to be charged while you're on the Switch, while it's connected to the TV. That's what it means. Or the other option is this. You got 2 USB-C ports on the Switch, meaning that, okay, you have one running from the docking station to the TV, and then the other one is running from the wall, from your wall. You plug the adapter into the wall, and then you're running the power from the wall to the Switch. So once that person I didn't get the person's name. Once that YouTuber said that, it said it has 2 USB-C ports. I see what Nintendo is trying to do now. So when I said this Switch should have never been built, and I stood by it, people laughed at me, say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." And they were talking about, "Oh, the Wii U tablet is too big and bulky." So if the Wii U's tablet and the Steam Deck, you guys said the Steam Deck is too big and it's too bulky, I would never take it outside and all that, right? Okay, we heard those statements. You have an 8.4-inch screen with the Switch now. So isn't that big and bulky now? Are you going to take the Switch 2 outside? And that statement that I just made, I'm talking about PCWorld.com, because I read both their articles when they first said the Steam Deck takes it competes against the PlayStation and Xbox. It doesn't replace the Switch. And then in the other article they talking about that they just post, they talked about comparing the Steam Deck versus the Switch is just dumb. That's their statement. So if you're saying that the Steam Deck is too big and bulky and you wouldn't take it outside and all that, and you talked about the Wii U, that the tablet is big and bulky, isn't the Switch 2 now big and bulky? So are you going to take the Switch outside, or are you going to keep it in the house? PCWorld.com. I'm talking directly to you. So when it comes to this video game stuff, I just sit here and pretend like I don't know it. I just act like I don't know it. But I'm a gamer to the core. Right here. I'm a gamer to the core. But anyway, I said months ago, the Switch should have never been built. Should have never been built. And what Nintendo is doing now with the Switch 2 is that they're trying to bring the Wii U back in Switch form. That's why they have the two USB ports on it. So you're gonna have the Switch connect one USB cable, USB-C to HDMI. One runs from the TV to the Switch 2, right? So you can do that dual screen feature. The other USB-C port now is to run is the adapter that's connected to the wall, and that's running from the wall to the Switch 2 to give it power. That's what they're for. So when I saw that, when someone said the Wii U had, I didn't see the person's name. I just saw the Switch has a 2 USB-C port. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing now. So when all those times when I was sitting there saying that the Switch should have never been built, Nintendo was watching my videos. So now they saw what Sony did with the Portal, building the Portal. Basically, the Portal is like, okay, we the Portal is like emulating and mimicking the Wii U. So when Sony built the Portal, you had people attacking the Portal. They didn't see the value in it because they didn't research it, or they don't know this gaming stuff like they claim they do. They didn't see what Sony was trying to do. So basically, Sony was trying to emulate the Wii U, and now the Portal has gotten better. So now Nintendo, since they created the Wii U and they abandoned it, and then the Switch sold like about, I think, like 130-something million Switches. But when they built the Switch, they lost a lot of the Wii U's feature. So now to bring that back, now what they're doing now, they put if they put two USB-C ports on the Switch, it means that they're emulating the Wii U. They're trying to bring the Wii U back, but in Switch form. And when I said that the Switch should have never been built, you're going to be like, wait a minute, he was right. If you got two USB-C ports on the Switch, it means that you're trying to bring that dual screen feature back. And this is where Mario Maker now comes into play. Comes into play. So I was sitting there like, I was sitting there looking at this, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I got you. So this is where I made this video, just to explain to people. They're trying to bring the Wii U back, but in Switch form. Okay, so remember when I told you, like, a lot of those games on the Switch, they were meant for the Wii U. It was. And when they built Mario Maker, was it Mario Maker 2 for the Switch? They lost that Wii U feature. So if they're building a Mario Maker, say Mario Maker 3, now they need that dual screen feature to come back so they can recoup that style of play that they had, that they once gave up on. So when it comes to the Switch 2, Nintendo is trying to emulate or mimic the Wii U. Even though they said the Wii U was a commercial failure, the Wii U wasn't even a commercial failure. The biggest problem with the Wii U was the 3DS. It was in the Wii U's way, and you had people buying the 3DS who called themselves gamers who never studied the difference between the 3DS and the Wii U. They didn't see the true value in the console. They didn't even realize that the Wii U was the real deal. They had everything. They had every angle, every direction, every base covered in video games, and their needs were met. And they didn't even see that the Wii U can do everything the 3DS does and more. Okay, so yeah, when it comes to the Switch 2, Nintendo is trying to emulate the Wii U, or mimic the Wii U, or bring the Wii U back in Switch form. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy it. Nice talking to you people. Again, Chris, still a Star Wars, Star Trek fan, board, dark side. Go. Peace.